Hey guys, so it's Keisha. I'm just coming in to check in about what I've been doing as far as exercise and eating goes because I've been losing inches, I think. I haven't really lost a ton of weight, but I posted a comparison pic a week or so ago, and since then I've gotten a lot of questions about how I did it or what I'm doing to lose weight. So I'm going to tell you. So the first thing, I think I started off back in like May deciding that I really wanted to just lose weight. The thing about it was like I had gotten uncomfortable with my body, but at the same time I wasn't really doing anything. And it wasn't until I really just got fed up with the way that I was looking and just made a conscious decision to start planning and doing what I wanted to do to lose the weight. And that's when I started. It wasn't anybody telling me what I needed to do, anybody telling me that I looked differently. It was because I got tired of it. So that kind of has to be your mindset going into it. You have to make decisions in order to change your lifestyle because ultimately it is a lifestyle change. It's not just something that you're going to do for like a week or a month or whatever and then stop, because as soon as you stop doing that, you're going to gain the weight back. So I put out my goals, which I think now looking back on them, they were pretty unrealistic. But at least I had these goals, so I was working towards something. So back in May, I weighed 178, which was the highest that I've ever weighed. And the way that I got there was because I was eating crap to decompress, but the way that I was doing it wasn't the healthy way. So I would go out with my friends and I'd eat crap and I'd, drink. And we do that a lot of times during the week because we were all stressed out. And I love food, so I would like eat everything, and my eyes are bigger than my stomach, so I'd order like a ton of stuff, and then I'd try to eat it all, even though I knew I was full. And then also, like, eating for me is just something that I do all the time because I like it. You got to just change your mindset on things you like to eat, because I was eating crap. I was eating like donuts, all kinds of sweets, and that really affected like me looking back at my pictures to where I am now. So I gained a lot of weight, and it was gradual because like I would gain the weight and then I'd have like my pants will be fitting a little tighter for like a couple months, and I'd be like, okay, time for new jeans. And then I'd get the new jeans and I'd be like, okay, these fit a little bit better, but I don't look that much different than I did last time. Well, I didn't, but I'm not really taking into account how I look within all those months or whatever. So it was a big change. It just was like, for me, it was gradual to see it. And then I kind of finally just woke up and was like, how did I get here? And just really sad, and just kind of like everything else in my life is going really great. Why am I not where I want to be physically? So I made that decision. I drew out charts and said, this is what I'm going to weigh by this time I'm going to do it. I gave myself incentives to get to where I wanted to go. And so it was going good. And so starting off, like, I hate exercise. I grew up as a cheerleader, gymnast. Like, that's what I did to exercise. So I was always like, tumbling or cheering or whatever, and that burns a lot of calories. I could eat what I want. Obviously, your metabolism is a lot higher whenever you're younger. So I really didn't see a lot of weight gain or whatever. But now that I'm not doing those kind of things anymore, I can't keep doing the same things that I was doing before, especially with the slower metabolism. So I had to change it. And I knew going back into the gym, I wasn't going to be able to do all the stuff that I could do before. So I started off really light. I started off with just walking every day. I would walk maybe 5 to 6 times a week. I try to do 7. If I couldn't do 7, that's fine. And it wasn't always in the gym on the treadmill. It was outside. I'd go to Ponce City Market and just hang out with my family, or I'd go to Old Fourth Ward, or we'd go somewhere where I could walk around and just enjoy being with my family, and it didn't seem like working out. So I did that, but like at least 5 times a week I was in the gym on the treadmill. And I have a Fitbit, so I use that as my tracker. And so I programmed it for 10,000 steps a day, and that's my goal to reach. And you can, most people have a Fitbit or Apple Watch or something on their phone that tracks their steps. You can use that. If you don't have that and you prefer a watch and you don't want to buy a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, there's these things that Target, their watches, and they cost $10. My sister bought me one. And it also has an app that's kind of like Fitbit, and you can, program all your goals and stuff in there, and it'll count your steps for you. And I believe that you can add friends and stuff, like challenges and stuff on there, which is one of the really big things that I did for Fitbit. So one of the things that kept me motivated to keep reaching my goals every day was because people invited me to challenges. And so we try to beat each other to get 10,000 steps. And I didn't want to be the only one that wasn't reaching my daily goals. So it would make me get up and go to the gym. So that's one of the things. You need people that are going to hold you accountable the way that you're trying to hold yourself accountable too. because that just helps you to lose the weight quicker, to stay on task, to do what you need to do. So yeah, that basically is what happened with the Fitbit. And even with the walking, I wasn't walking like super fast when I first started off. I was walking at maybe a speed of 2.5 to 3.5, like it was really slow. And I would change the incline sometimes between like 1 and 4. And I did that until I felt really comfortable in going up. And every time I felt like I could do more, I did more. But I didn't like completely stress myself out to the point where I was just like, oh my God, I gotta do this. Because I didn't want to get exhausted in the beginning to where I wasn't going to keep it up. I just needed it to become routine in my life. Some people, if you want faster results, honestly, you're going to have to work a ton harder. But I'm okay with getting the results that I'm getting as I'm getting them. Like, it's okay. I just want the weight off and I want it permanently off. So that's the route that I chose to go. So walking is a really, really big thing for me. I started intermittent fasting. So I don't know if you know what that is, and I'll explain it later in another detailed video. But basically what it is you eat for 8 hours of the day, and the rest of the hours you're basically like sleeping or you're drinking water. You're not eating during those times. And basically what that helps you to do is it processes your food better, and it helps with like your sugar levels and all this stuff. It helps with weight loss too overall. So it's just like a healthier alternative for you, and just a better way to process your food and prepare yourself to eat for the next day, and just eat the things that are filling for you. And nutritious. So that was what I did. I ate from 12 to 8 or 1 to 9, and then the rest of the time I was just drinking water. And I saw the most results when I was doing that. Like, that paired with walking is when I started to, I didn't necessarily notice it at first, but I started to see, like when I did my comparison pictures, that's when I started to notice that I was making like changes. And I just overall felt better. Like, I felt like I had more energy. I felt like I was sleeping better and those kind of things. So if you haven't done that, look into intermittent fasting. There's a ton of YouTube videos on it, and it's really good. And I did it with vegan for the most part. Like, I was really heavily vegan at the time when I started off. I'm not vegan now. I wouldn't even consider myself vegetarian, but like what I practiced at the time was vegan. And there's one really good person that I was following on Instagram or YouTube. She has a YouTube channel that I was actually following her on first, and her name is Health with Kisha, and it's Health with, and the name is spelled Kisha. She has raw vegan and vegan recipes, and they're so good. Like, I've tried them, and she's dropped a ton of weight. So it was really like an inspiration for me to look at her, and it really got me motivated to want to lose the weight, because I saw how much she had lost by just making those minor changes in her life, and she was really feeling a lot better from it. So intermittent fasting, walking, Fitbit, and I lost 5 pounds in 1 week from just going raw vegan and doing that on intermittent fasting. And raw vegan is basically not cooking anything, just eating like a lot of vegetables, fruits, nuts, those kind of things that you can't cook. You can eat like oatmeal and stuff like that. You just can't cook it. Meal preps. So I would eat, like in the morning I'd do a smoothie with like banana, flax seeds. I put maybe like some spinach or some strawberries in there, and some almond or coconut milk. That was my breakfast. For lunch, those it wasn't really raw vegan, but I was trying to stick to more plant-based stuff. So I would get these prepackaged salads, and at Kroger they have this like sweet kale that was like, it's like the bomb. I love it. It's like $3, and it's with this like ranch sauce, strawberry sauce, which is not vegan, but it's really good. You throw some flax seeds in there extra, maybe some more cranberries or something, walnuts if you want, and it's really good. It's filling, and I ate those within that time, and I really lost like 5 pounds that did not come back from just going raw vegan in 1 week. So it really does work. If you go on Pinterest, you can see like a lot of raw vegan recipes. You can make desserts and things like that that are raw vegan, but you just got to be careful of what it is you're eating, because you really do want to have like a deficit in like the amount of calories that you're taking in, and you also want to stop eating sugars and things like that. So yeah, so that's what I did. And overall, just make healthier choices. Like, you don't have to be vegan. You don't have to be like eating 500, 900 calories a day. You can eat the calories that you need to eat, but like, try to make it to where most of the meals that you have in a day, and that's a good way to start off, most of the meals that you have in a day are healthy. Most of them are giving you the nutrients that you need. So you're going to want a lot of salads, you're going to incorporate fruits. And think about that. If you are not used to doing that, if you're not used to walking 10,000 steps per day, and you start to do that every day, think about how much of a difference that is and how much that's going to change you. If you're not used to eating fruits and vegetables a lot during the day, think about that minor change and how that's being incorporated into your meal plans, and how that's going to help change. My camera played me. It's stopped. There was like, you're talking too much. So yeah, so that's basically all that I did. I did, after about a month of just walking, I started to incorporate weights and doing like strength training and stuff. So I would only do that like 2 or 3 times a week, and I'd work out like one body part. So like lower half, legs, thighs, butt, that kind of stuff. And then the top, I'd work out arms, or work out back or abs and stuff like that. All those would be on different days. So I just choose a day and I do it. One of the biggest things for me is motivation, having people that you tell that you want to lose this weight to, and having those people not necessarily sit up there and like hound you about like working out, but encourage you to keep going. And kind of, those are the people that you send your comparison pictures to, like, how do you see a difference in this? I see a difference here. And then when they see the difference, that they'll help you to like get motivated to keep going, because once you see results, you're going to start wanting to keep going. So that's basically all that I did. I've started working with a trainer because, like I said, I wasn't really noticing the results as much that I would like to have noticed them when I was just, doing it before, because I hadn't lost a ton of weight. Like, we're so programmed to seeing the weight on a scale and, comparing that to what we are. Like, I've gained muscle, I know that, because when I look at my comparison picture before and I look at what I look like now, it's a huge difference. And so don't focus so much on the scale and what that says. Take your measurements. I did that too. I took my measurements weekly. Like, every Monday I would weigh myself and I would take measurements, and I would see a decrease in the measurements and the inches and stuff that I had over my body. But then it was just like, it was discouraging because I wouldn't see the weight show the same thing. So I'm like, what is going on? But you have to think about it. Like, if you're starting to lift weights and you're starting to do all these other things, you're going to start to build muscle, and muscle takes up less space in your body than fat does. So you're going to start to look smaller, but you might still weigh the same thing, because a pound of fat is the same thing as a pound of muscle. They weigh the same. It's just, you're transforming it into your body, and your body's starting to look smaller because of the muscle that you're gaining, especially with the weight training that you're doing. So take your measurements, start to walk. Don't start off super, super heavy. And just do fun stuff. Like, try to find something fun to do. If you like to go on hikes, or you like to go walk around outside when it's pretty, do that. Like, that's going to burn calories too. You're not just sitting down, not doing anything. I started doing jump rope challenges, like just going outside and trying to do as many jumps or skips as I could on a jump rope. For a while I was doing like 1,000, but I haven't really done it. But like, you have to try to stay consistent in some of the stuff you do. Like, you have to try to find something that you like, so that you can keep doing it. And even if you don't like it, it's only an hour of your day that you're committed to making yourself better. So do it. Like, do it and feel better, look better, have more confidence, and things will go from there. And every day is just like a step in the right direction if you do one thing to like help yourself. So yeah, that's why I got the trainer. And so even with the trainer, she's been kicking my butt, and I love her. And I'm seeing results in that too. So I mean, that's my next step. Like, I'm starting to want to lose the fat, and I'm starting to want to tone up and, gain those, my abs back in those areas, or, the muscles in my arms and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to do now. So that's where I'm at. I am always open to questions. So like, if y'all have questions and y'all you want to ask them, don't be afraid to DM me or send me a message. My email is listed on my page. Thanks for checking in with me today. I hope these tips help. Let me know how they're working out for you, and I will see you next time.